a power that doesn't announce itself. There comes a moment when a man realizes something unsettling. The loudest people in the room are rarely the most powerful ones. The world rewards noise, constant talking, constant posting, constant proof. But real power has never worked that way. Stoicism teaches a quieter truth. The most dangerous kind of strength doesn't explain itself. It doesn't ask to be noticed. It doesn't need witnesses. While others sleep, some men wake early. While others talk, they observe. While others chase attention, they build in silence. These men are not hiding. They are preparing. They understand that discipline grows fastest without applause, that silence sharpens the mind, that being unknown protects momentum. This is not a weakness. This is restraint. And restraint, practiced long enough, becomes a force the world never sees coming until it's too late to ignore. Why loud effort looks weak? Modern culture confuses visibility with strength. If you're not talking about your grind, people assume it doesn't exist. If you don't announce your goals, they assume you lack ambition. Stoicism sees this as a mistake. Loud effort is often compensation. It's proof-seeking behavior, trying to secure validation before results exist. The more a man explains how hard he's working, the more he reveals uncertainty about his own direction. Strong men let outcomes speak. They don't narrate the process. They don't seek reassurance mid-journey. Marcus Aurelius warned against performing for the crowd instead of improving the self. Effort meant to be seen loses its edge. It becomes theater, not discipline. Quiet effort, on the other hand, compounds. It removes ego from the work. It keeps energy focused inward. And in that focus, unseen, uninterrupted, is what makes progress inevitable. Principle 1. Waking up early builds. Inner dominance. Waking up early is not about hustle or productivity myths. It is about who is in control when no one is watching. The early hours strip away excuses. There are no messages to answer, no one to impress, no external pressure to perform. Only you and your discipline. Most men are ruled by comfort. They wake when the world pulls them up. Stoic men rise before the world asks anything of them. This single habit trains inner dominance. You decide when the day begins. You move before emotion has a vote. You act while the mind is still quiet and sharp. Over time, this rewires authority inward. If you can command yourself at dawn, you are harder to disturb later. Pressure loses leverage. Chaos loses timing. A man who owns his mornings rarely needs to prove strength in public. Principle 2. Saying less protects psychological power. Most people talk to release tension. They explain, justify, and overshare to feel safe. Stoicism teaches the opposite. Every unnecessary word leaks power. When you say less, you give others nothing to push against. No emotional hooks, no loose edges, no openings for manipulation. Silence forces observation. While others fill space with noise, you collect information. You notice patterns, intentions, and weaknesses without revealing your own. Epictetus warned that constant speech is rarely wisdom. It is often anxiety seeking relief. A controlled tongue reflects a controlled mind. Strong men speak with purpose, not impulse. They choose clarity over commentary, precision over performance. Over time, saying less builds presence. People listen harder. They hesitate more. Because what is restrained feels deliberate, and deliberate energy carries weight without ever needing to raise its voice. Principle 3. Training hard without an audience. Training is not about being seen, it is about being ready. Weak men train for approval. They measure progress by attention, not ability. Strong men train in silence because preparation does not require witnesses. Unseen training removes ego from the process. There is no performance, no comparison, no shortcuts for applause. Only repetition, fatigue, and discipline. The body becomes more than muscle. It becomes psychological armor. Hard training teaches you to stay calm under discomfort, to breathe when pressure rises, to keep moving when quitting feels reasonable. Seneca reminded that difficulty strengthens the spirit long before it hardens the body. When effort is private, confidence becomes real. It does not need affirmation. It does not look for permission. And when challenge finally appears, the man who trained unseen does not react. He responds, already prepared. Principle 4, staying unknown. Remove social leverage. Visibility is often mistaken for power. In reality, it creates exposure. When people know your plans, they form expectations. When they know your progress, they gain opinions, and opinions become pressure. Stoicism favors restraint until mastery is complete. Staying unknown is not insecurity, it is insulation. An unseen man cannot be rushed, judged, or steered. There is no audience to satisfy, no narrative to maintain, no reputation to protect while growing. Marcus Aurelius warned against tying identity to external recognition. Fame makes you predictable. Anonymity keeps you flexible. The unknown man is underestimated, and underestimation is an advantage. While others explain who they are becoming, he is becoming it, undisturbed. Power grows best where it is not interrupted, and nothing interrupts like attention. Principle 5. Silence turns discipline into presence. Discipline is invisible at first. No one sees the early mornings, the restraint, the hours of repetition without reward. But over time, discipline changes how you enter a room. You don't announce yourself. You don't rush to speak. You don't seek alignment or approval. Your stillness does the work. Most men try to command attention with words. Stoic men command space with presence. That presence is built from thousands of silent decisions kept private. Silence concentrates energy. It removes emotional waste. It sharpens intention. Epictetus taught that true strength shows itself through self-control, not display. When discipline is consistent and unseen, it settles into the body and the eyes. People feel it before they understand it. You don't need to be loud to be felt. You need to be composed, and composition, sustained long enough, becomes authority without asking permission. Weak men perform. Strong men prepare. Weak men crave reaction. They speak to be noticed. They move to be seen. They perform because attention temporarily quiets insecurity. Strong men don't need the audience. They understand something most never learn. Performance creates noise. Preparation creates leverage. The weak explain intentions. The strong build capability. One wants approval now. The other delays gratification for dominance later. Stoic masculinity is not loud or aggressive. It is controlled, deliberate, and patient. It values readiness over recognition and substance over image. A prepared man doesn't rush to prove himself. He knows proof comes naturally when pressure arrives. While others rehearse appearances, he sharpens fundamentals. While others seek validation, he strengthens his base. When the moment finally comes, the performer freezes because he needed the crowd. The prepared man moves calmly because he never depended on it. Dangerous men are built quietly. Dangerous men are not formed in noise. They are shaped in repetition, restraint, and silence. Waking up early teaches self-command. Saying less protects mental clarity. Training hard builds certainty under pressure. Staying unknown preserves momentum. Silence turns discipline into presence. None of this is visible at first, and that is the point. Stoicism was never about appearing powerful. It was about becoming unshakable. A man who masters himself privately does not need to assert dominance publicly. He doesn't threaten. He doesn't explain. He doesn't chase recognition. When chaos enters the room, his calm speaks first. When conflict appears, His preparation decides the outcome. This is not isolation. It is strategy. Build quietly, move deliberately. Let the world underestimate you. Because the most dangerous men are never the ones who announce themselves. They are the ones who arrive ready,